My name is Layla. This is my mentor. Say your name.
Oh, hi, I'm her mom, Jackie.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. Um, what's your life motto or philosophy to live by?
Well, I try to live every day like I'm gonna die because you don't know when you're gonna pass away. So I try to live life to the fullest with love, laughter, and being there for others and being nice.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about yourself?
I'm very good at multitasking and not stressing too much over because I'm taken into many different places and many different times and with the children and with work and with home and with pets, and so you're taken all over in different areas, and I'm pretty good at balancing it somehow. And sometimes things don't go the way they're supposed to, but I just get over it and I move on, and I think I'm pretty good at multitasking with life.
Do you follow a religion or spiritual practice?
Well, I mean, my mother brought us up Catholic. I do believe in some of the Catholic ways, but I don't believe in all of them. But I do believe in God, and I try to teach to be like try to follow the Ten Commandments and teaching that to my children. You know, because you do need a guide for some of these children and other adults to follow. Because you know we're supposed to be nice to each other, and sometimes that's not always the case. And so I do believe the Ten Commandments is a guide for people in society.
What was the best time of your life?
What was the best time of my life? Oh, buying my first house. That was the best time of my life. And then having my children. I do love my children. I do all three of them. Sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're mean, and they're not supposed to be. But you know, you just buying my first house. That was a big accomplishment to me, and I love my house.
What did you want to be when you were a kid, or no?
Hmm?
And what was your biggest accomplishment?
We already did biggest accomplishment, didn't we? My house.
No, that was your biggest.
Yeah.
That was the best time of your life.
Best time of my life. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the worst thing
Oh,
that
that's-
ever happened to you?
Well, yeah.
Oh God, that's hard. The worst time. Worst. Well, I mean, when I was little, when I was in kindergarten, I got hit by a car. At the well, I was little.
I didn't know this.
At Roding Park. I thought I was faster than the car, and I ran right in front of her car, and it hit me, and I flew. And I just remember waking up on the side of the grass at the park, and I was okay, but I had like scratches and stuff. But I still have a little round spot here, an indention from actually the car hitting me. So that I would say.
What's your biggest dream?
My biggest dream. Oh, I would love to travel outside of the United States. I would like to go to those Caribbean beaches and Jamaica, and you know what you see on TV. I think that would be exciting to be able to travel a lot more. That would be my biggest dream.
What did you want to be when you were a kid?
You know, when I'm a kid, I never even thought about what I wanted to be. I just was trying just to be a kid. I never knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, even though I'm a nurse. I don't know, some people are gifted and they already know what they want to be. Oh, I'm going to be a doctor, or I'm going to be a nurse. It just kind of fell in with my life to be a nurse, and I'm good at it. But I don't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I do like nursing.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about nursing?
Oh, I help people get better. And sometimes I get to hear their stories. I work with mostly adult patients. And so I get to hear all their stories, which is interesting, and they're always very thankful. And then sometimes you do get the grouchy people, but you know, there's things that have happened in their lives, and that's why they're the way they are, and you just appreciate and respect the way they are. So that's, I'm out on that one.
What's your biggest accomplishment?
Biggest accomplishment is my family. I think that's a big accomplishment. All my children are doing very well. Mentally and physically. But I'm going to say my children because they're just what makes me happy. So I'm going to say it's my children.
Why do you think we are all here?
Why are we all here? Well, not just to work. and why are we all here? I believe that God brought us all here on earth so we can make a big community, but during the community you got to get along with each other. I mean, he wanted it to be a certain way, people being nice, respectful, not wanting others or not wanting more money than other people, or comparing and being selfish. So he brought us here to be able to have children, or not have children, and get along and have a happy life here, and just going outside and appreciating the air and the dirt and the trees and the animals that are here as well. It's just appreciating the simple life, and I think God just brought us here so we would help each other to get through life here. But sometimes it doesn't always happen that way, and we just got to think of the positives rather than the negatives.
What was your best relationship?
What was my best relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Like with a boy, or
Like just in general?
best
Like
relationship? Oh.
with somebody, anyway.
I guess you're gonna have to say my husband, maybe. We balance each other out. He is the opposite of what I am, but what I can't do, he actually can do, and then somehow, we bicker and fight with each other. We balance each other out in different ways. Like when we're fixing something, if he doesn't think of it, then I guess my brain somehow thinks of it, and then we try to work with each other. So I'm gonna say my husband.
If you could change one thing about the world, what would it be?
Mean people, right?
Why?
Yeah, nobody likes mean people because they bring you down. Mean people are not nice, and they're rude, and they don't smile, and I mean, just smiling. And yes, we all have problems, and yes, sometimes we don't want to wake up during the when it's daytime, but you got to remember those are things in the past, and you just try to move on with the future. So I'm going to say mean people, because mean people are not fun, especially when they don't smile.
What are your favorite hobbies?
Oh, I like gardening. I like growing flowers. I like watering flowers. I like watching them grow. It's kind of like I have a new child. And then when they're having a hard time, I have to try to figure out why they're having a hard time. So I'm going to say gardening.
What's your worst memory related to your hobby?
It's when the plants die, because you can't bring them back to life.
If money were no object, what would you do in life?
Stay home. Oh, I would stay home, and I would have a big garden and lots of children.
Have you ever broken someone's heart?
Yes, when I was younger, though. I was like in high school, though. But I mean, yes, I have. But that's just part of life, I guess. And I don't ever talk to those people, but when I was younger, it was like 30 years ago.
What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? For my health. I'm not a sick person. I see a lot of sick people, and I'm thankful that I'm able to get up in the morning, and I have my house and my children and whatever else is surrounding me, and that's what I'm thankful for, and my parents.
What do you wish people understood more about you?
That I'm trying to help them go in a positive direction when I'm doing things.
If you could turn back time and do anything differently, what would it be and why?
I would have to say when I was like younger, what would I have turned back into? I would have moved out of my parents' house. I would have stayed there and continued with school, because then I wouldn't have had a harder time during that time, trying to pay bills and work and go to school. And if I stayed home, I would have not had bills, and I wouldn't have worked as much, and just go to school and do good. And I would have stayed home rather than move out.
What's the craziest thing or most exciting thing you've ever done?
Well, when I was younger and in high school, of course you go out with your friends, and not saying you're going to do it. But, we had to get home at a certain time because, we had a curfew. And so in order to go a little bit faster in the car and to go through the stop signs, we would turn off our lights. So we would pass through a stop sign, and we wouldn't see any other lights. So, to keep going rather than stopping, which we shouldn't do, which you don't do, Layla. But I did do that a few times to hurry up and get home at a certain time. However, there was one time, there was a actual cop there that had stopped us, and we thought we were so in trouble, but we looked really nice. Like, we looked really good. Like, we had our nice clothes, we did our makeup, like we were younger, and he was an older man, and he stopped us and asked where we were going, and so we had to come up with a stupid story that we gave him, and he let us go without a ticket. So we learned our lesson during that time not to be doing that. And so that was the craziest thing. We turned off the lights to be able to try to get home quicker, so we wouldn't have to stop at the stop signs. Hopefully there was no cars and there was no police, but there was one time there was a policeman, but he let us go. So yeah.
What do you think about most often?
Most often? What do I think about most often? That my children are happy. Or what I think, what's happening during school time, because you can't control what's going on during school time or what's happening or seeing. So we depend on the teachers, hopefully giving good skills to them during that time, and that other classmates are being nice to them, because sometimes they're not. And sometimes maybe even teachers. And so during the times that they're not here with me, I'm hoping that, I'm always worrying about them, not myself.
Okay, the last question is, what scares you the most?
What scares me the most? Oh, waking up someday and not being here. That scares me the most.
Yeah.
I don't watch scary movies. Those scare me because I'm afraid of my own shadow. So I don't watch scary movies, so I can't say it's waking up someday and I'm not going to be here, and I'm hoping that I go to heaven and being able to see everything that's going down here, but waking up and not seeing my family the next day.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's our interview.
Yeah, I'm very simple.
Yeah.
Okay, is that good or not? Okay.